Good evening. Good evening, class of May 2023. So my name is Pedro Delgado, and I am the Dean of AUC. For those of you that I haven't met, look forward to meeting you in person. This is an event that we have every year, and this year we've moved it a little further up because of its importance. I'm just going to say a couple of words, and then we'll get the show on the road. I'll introduce the folks that are going to follow and actually do the body of the presentation. But I do want to just give you my welcome and distinguished faculty, families, and most importantly, you, that's a Texasism, the class of May 2023, entering class. I'm really privileged to welcome you to the White Coat Ceremony. This is just the start of your medical career. It's the embodiment of a commitment that you're making to a life of knowledge, compassion, and integrity. The white coat you're about to wear signifies more than the start of medical school. It's a symbol of responsibility, trust, and respect. You're going to join a long-standing tradition of dedicated service. Some of you, I suspect more than some, were told that you weren't good enough. You were told that you weren't good enough to be doctors. You didn't have what it takes, that you're not right for this kind of work. Well, we're going to help you to prove them wrong. Undoubtedly, I think many of you have mixed feelings today, anticipation, some apprehension. It's a big journey that you're on. You're in a foreign country, an island in the Caribbean. You're taking a big step in your lives. And I know many of you were nervous about doing that. Remember that you're not alone. We, your mentors, your peers, will walk alongside you. We're going to be guiding and supporting you the whole way. To this entering class of May 2023, congratulations. Wear your white coats with pride and humility, and we look forward to witnessing your growth into this noble profession, and I want to wish you the best of luck. We will be here for you. You do belong. Thank you. Let me pass the baton over to Dr. Angela Walden-Weaver, our
I want to extend a warm welcome to our administration, faculty, staff, students, friends and family, and our guest of honor, the entering AUC class of 2023 medical students. Students and future physicians. So join me in applauding everything that they have already accomplished. I will be guiding this evening's White Coat Ceremony to recognize our students. So without further delay, our first guest speaker is Dr. David Priluk. He is the Senior Associate Dean of the St. Martin campus, and he will be talking with us about the meaning of the white coat. Dr. Priluk joined AUC in October 2022. He is a vascular and interventional radiologist with more than 10 years experience in medical practice, education, and leadership. Prior to AUC, Dr. Priluk served as Vice Chair of Radiology and was Residency Program Director at Geisinger Medical Center and Associate Professor of Radiology at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. Dr. Priluk earned his Bachelor of Science in Biology at Duke University, his Doctor of Medicine from New York University, Grossman School of Medicine, and his Master's of Business Administration from the Fox School of Business at Temple University. He completed his transitional year internship at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, his diagnostic radiology residency at New York University Grossman School of Medicine, and vascular and interventional radiology fellowship at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. Please welcome Dr. Priluk.
Oh, thank you for that introduction, Dean Walden-Weaver. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is an honor for me to be here today at this white coat ceremony, my second at AUC since joining last October. I was asked to share a few words with you about the meaning of the white coat ceremony. It's hard to touch upon the meaning of this ceremony, though, without discussing the meaning of the white coat itself. But instead of focusing on the historical meaning, I'd like to describe the meaning of the white coat to me personally. I see my white coat as a symbol of knowledge I have worked hard to acquire, skills I have labored to develop, compassion and kindness that I strive to display, humility to say I don't know when I don't know something, wisdom to accept the things I cannot change, and courage to admit when I am wrong. I see the white coat as a tool to earn a patient's trust quickly, as armor to be strong for those who need my help, even when I may doubt myself, as a reminder of the professionalism required and expected of every physician, and as an esteemed privilege to wear that deserves my respect. I fully recognize you may not see the white coat through the lens I just described. Admittedly, I didn't see the white coat this way at my own white coat ceremony. When I sat where you are seated, I saw the white coat as a symbol of not what I had done up to that point, but as a terrifying reminder of all I had yet to do, all I had yet to learn, and all I had yet to become. You are at the very beginning of your journey into medicine, which is both exciting and daunting. This white coat will accompany you through part of that journey, and its meaning will change with time as you change with time. Its significance will grow as you grow. It did for mine and still does. But as your coats are donned today, even though you may have already worn them during the last few weeks, I ask of you to allow your new, clean white coat to represent the immense privilege and magnitude of becoming a physician, as well as an anchor, a visual cue for you and your peers, a reminder of your purpose for being here on island. Where I went to medical school, I walked through the front doors of NYU Hospital every morning because the medical school was physically located there. I went to class next to physicians and nurses who went to work, patients and their families who went to doctor's appointments. I ate lunch and studied in the hospital cafeteria next to people whose loved ones were in surgery at that moment and healthcare providers who were on break. I saw my counterparts on their third and fourth year clinical rotations every day. There was never a question in my mind of what my purpose, my future was at that time. I was surrounded by the visual cues and constant reminders that I was in medical school and on my journey towards becoming a physician. Though AUC is an amazing place, you don't have that luxury here on island. You aren't surrounded by the constant visual cues anchoring you to your purpose, reminding you of why you're here and where you're headed. It's up to you to anchor yourselves and your peers. Use your white coats for this purpose and treat them with the respect they deserve. I'd like you to also think of your new clean white coat as a blank slate. You now get to determine the type of professional you'll be today and become tomorrow. Will you be receptive to feedback or dig in and resist critique? Will you be rigid or resilient? Will you simply point out problems or work to develop solutions? Will you leave this school, this community, and this island better than you found it? Very little has been done during the last 4 weeks that can't be corrected. Allow your white coat to be transformative, for you to become the physician that inspired you to enter medicine. Can I ask the students to all please rise? Look around at your classmates who are standing. You will likely forge lifelong friendships in this room. I am willing to bet at least 2 of you will get married to each other. You will not get along with everyone standing, but at the end of the day, you are all here for the singular purpose of becoming a physician, and you are all people with feelings. Please support each other and treat each other with respect and kindness. Can everyone give them another round of applause? You can all be seated now, thank you. Our faculty and deans are here to help guide you through your journey. Can I ask our faculty and deans who are present this evening to please rise? Please give them a round of applause. This illustrious group of educators are all here with the singular purpose of teaching and training you to become a physician. They are here to meet you where you are, to bring you to where you are headed. And at the end of the day, we are also people with feelings. Please treat us with respect and kindness as well. Please be seated. Yeah. The physician's white coat has been around since the late 1800s, but the white coat ceremony was first introduced at Columbia University in 1993, inspired by the physician Dr. Arnold Gold. Dr. Gold believed a declaration of commitment when students accept the obligations of our profession should be at the beginning of medical school, not just the end. During this ceremony, a white coat is placed on each student's shoulders, signifying their entrance into the medical profession. As I was preparing these remarks, I reflected on that act, that the coat is placed on the student, not the student putting the coat on for themselves. That act, for me, symbolizes the partnership between student and teacher throughout their education and training. It acknowledges students cannot do this alone. You aren't meant to. The ceremony also serves to elevate the value of humanism as a core value of healthcare. The most important element of the ceremony is the Hippocratic Oath students will take in front of their peers, school leadership, faculty, and family to acknowledge the central obligation of caring for the patient. As you recite those words, take in and recognize this moment. Be excited, be scared, be humbled. Know that your future is what you make of it here at AUC and beyond. We are all honored to be here, part of your journey, and look forward to meeting you where you are to help move you to where you are all meant to be. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Dr. DePauli Rinker. She's an assistant professor of behavioral sciences and biostatistics epidemiology, and she'll be talking to us about learning communities. She is a licensed professional counselor and member of the Motivational Interviewing Network of Trainers. next speaker is Dylan Hobson Allen. He is the president of the Student Government Association here in St. Martin. He is going to provide us with the student leader address. Dylan is a Baltimore, Maryland native, and he was exposed to medicine long before he was even in school. He used to sleep and play under his mother's desk at Johns Hopkins University Hospital. His initial goal, however, was to earn a PhD in educational leadership. He loved science, and he thought he would teach high school science one day and eventually become a high school principal. However, in the 11th grade, his chemistry teacher required him to come to school early and stay late in order to improve his course grades. During that time, Dylan became increasingly interested in medicine. At the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, he was a gender and women's study major on the pre-medicine track. Dylan earned a bachelor's degree and has 2 associate's degrees. He is also a Maryland licensed real estate agent. Before enrolling at AUC, he was a student at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine's Master of Biomedical Science program, where he served as class representative. And then at AUC, he has served as class representative, executive board historian, and he is now our current president of the Student Government Association. Please welcome Dylan to the stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan Hobson Allen, and I am the SJ president. So you're going to hear me talk a lot throughout the semester, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet and move on. All right. So have you heard of the first aid book? It's the book many medical students, especially our 5th semester students, refer to as our medical Bible. First aid is a study tool used to refresh and augment learned concepts. It is designed to cover every organ system and topic that was taught in medical school and considered high yield for comp and STEP. It's, in the words of Dr. Cohn, bringing information back like a bad cold. If you've ever used this resource, you might find yourself flipping through hundreds of pages of information you haven't learned yet. But have you realized something? What you haven't learned yet is right there in that book. You could simply stop on any page and learn something new. You could speed the learning process and fill your brain with factoids and shiny information, but wait. Remember when I said the first aid book's purpose is to refresh and augment? That means the book was meant to build off a strong foundation, a foundation that this medical school will provide to each of you. Its purpose is to dust off old pictures, old concepts, and improve medical knowledge. Life is like the first aid book. You can live in the now and refresh yourself on what you've learned and are currently learning. But you could also try to speed or jump the gun to acquire a knowledge, a skill set, a gift prematurely. Like my dear Dr. Chaboyan always says to Group G, medicine is art. It cannot be acquired simply through refreshers and speeding. It requires time, mentorship, and guidance. All these things our faculty and institution provide us. The big picture here, be patient, be open-minded, stay motivated, trust our curriculum and professors, and most importantly, trust yourselves. Know that this glorious career path you are all walking into requires a strong foundation, heart, grit, and at times sacrifice. Know that this white coat is more than just a piece of fabric. It's your symbol of greatness and of trust that you will accept and honor this gift we call medicine. I consider myself the luckiest person on the planet because I get to be upgraded each day with new knowledge that could one day save a life. I wear my white coat like it's my life vest, my armor, and my crown. My white coat is my emergency battery pack, my motivator when times get a little tough. So put on your white coat today, your crown, and be the change you want to see, the beacon of light in times of darkness, and be your own greatest dream. Congratulations.
So it's time for one of the moments that we've all been waiting for, the donning of the white coats. So I invite Deans Pryluck, Dean Cohn, and Dean Fiatskowska to the stage to don the white coats.
Samantha Abbott, Ava Afshar, Sana Ahmad, Tanishka Ajani, Robert Ali, Mario Amin, Rania Amiri, Yusuf Aziz, Kyle Bahura. Jeremy Ball, MBA, MPH. Andrea Ballard. Jejam Bansa. David Barr. Rebecca Beltran. Shamel Bloodsaw. Elizabeth Bober. Ashley Bogardus. Joseph Bogado. Jackson Scott Bowley. Beta Busheri. Jason Brown. Samantha Bruna. Swetha Budamala. Megan Dorothy Buena. Brittany Butcher. Luke Chambliss. Dylan Chudoff. Ian Darby. Andrew James Eaton. Zobida Elamine. Nevalon Ford. Danielle Fredericks. Talina Antonella Fuentes. Jorge David Garcia Ortiz. Nicole Garza. Joshua Jimenez. Mayar Sedala Gergis. Nicholas Griesmeyer. Janet Gelmes. Sharanya Gulapelli. Dina Hamoudeh. Selena Hannah. Nora Hassan, Ileana Ng, Labib Joma, Monica Caldas, Kadar Khan, Kyle Marcel Kanuna, Balraj Kalar, Simon Lalazarian, Carlos Lemke, Janice Mayor, Tiana Meek, Hamza Moyuddin, Rishika Reddy Musakula, Sophia Naderi, Mia Navarrete, Uretma Nelson Ukadike, Alexandria Nevins, Tochi Crystal Olewe, Javier Pedrino Ruiz, Cameron Parekh, Sakshi Patel, Miranda Brooke Pauline, Niels David Punskan, Jacob Radesky, Nika Rami, Raza Rana, Kevin Omar Rivera Garcia, Paulo Andres Rodriguez de la Noes, Miguel Rodriguez Falcon, Uver Rodriguez Argueta, Isaiah Nathaniel Rogers, Anthony Bindi Ryder, Lance Andrew Safarda, Nicholas Saladino, Jarelis Salgado Rodriguez, Thomas Saliba, Summer Lee Harlow, Rachel Sang, Chare Senlik, Hillary Serbin, Nabila Shawkat, Manya Shokeen, Ivelisse Silva Rivera, Tyla Brito, Allison Stanek, Jessica Starr, Jasmine Carr Sunner, Erin Marie Tonasali, Hina Tenoli, Zion Tajani, Andrew Toma, Maria Ines Uemura, Sholaye Ubeye, Parker Velick, Paula de Vélez Villarrubia, Carson Volmer, Christine Wamui, Devin Hadrian Martel Winborn, Landon James Zachary,
How about another round of applause for AUC's newest medical students? Woo! Our next speaker is Dr. Magdalena Wieczkowska. She is the Chair of Clinical Medical Sciences, Associate Dean of Curriculum, and Professor of Surgery. She is going to be reciting the modern Hippocratic Oath along with our newest students. She has 21 years of experience in clinical practice, education, and leadership. Prior to rejoining AUC in September 2021, she was a consultant orthopedic and trauma surgeon in the Department of Orthopedics, Pediatric Orthopedics, and Traumatology at the Center of Postgraduate Medical Education, Gruka, teaching hospital in Poland, and at Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital in Drogheda, Ireland, with affiliation to the Royal College of Surgeons. She completed her fellowship in clubfoot treatment at the University Hospital in Iowa. She is the author of several research papers published in Surgical and Radiologic Anatomy, British Medical Journal, Journal of Pediatric Orthopedics, Journal of Children's Orthopedics, and the Joint and Bone Surgery. Please welcome Dr. Wieczkowska to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I think this is a very special moment for you and long tradition of AUC to take the physician's oath during the white coat ceremony. This is a special time, and once the oath is presented on the screen, I would like you to stand up and read along with me. Okay, please rise. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific aids of those physicians in whose steps I walk, and I will share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures that are required, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism. I will remember that there is art to medicine as well as science, and that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. I will not be ashamed to say, I know not, nor I will fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery. I will respect privacy on my patients, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know. Most especially must I tread with care in my matters of life and death. If this is save a life, all thanks, but it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humbleness and awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play ignorant. You will remember that I do not need fever chart, a cancerous growth, but a sick human being whose illnesses affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems if I'm to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those sound of mind and body, as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art, respected while I live, and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. Congratulations. But please remember that the next time you will be taking this oath will be during the graduation. So do your best, study hard, and be successful. Good luck. Please be seated.
So I'm very excited to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Adarsh Shukla. He is an AUC alumnus from 2014. Dr. Shukla was born and raised in the suburbs of Chicago. He attended AUC for medical school and graduated in 2014. He went on to complete a residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at Penn State Milton S. Hershey Medical Center, followed by a fellowship in intervention pain management, also at Penn State. During his time in training, Dr. Shukla presented at multiple national conferences and was published as a first author in the peer-reviewed journal, Pain Medicine. He also served as chief fellow of his pain management fellowship program. Following training, Dr. Shukla returned to his hometown of Chicago, Illinois, where he joined Midwest Anesthesia and Pain Specialists as an attending provider. In his current role, he has the opportunity to treat patients with pain of all different sources using the most up-to-date treatments, and interventions that he learned in his training. Dr. Shukla credits AUC for providing him with the opportunities and tools to pursue his passion and serve his home community. As a successful AUC alumnus, Dr. Shukla is very committed to staying involved with AUC and mentoring future generations of AUC graduates. He served as a clinical education fellow for 1 year after graduating and is currently involved with the AUC Engage program as a mentor for those interested in PMNR or pain management. A personal quote from Dr. Shukla: "I'll always look back on my time at AUC as some of the best years of my life. It is where I was given the opportunity to pursue my passion and where I met friends who would become more like family, all while living in one of the most beautiful places." Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shukla to the stage.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Walden Weaver, for that wonderful introduction. Almost didn't recognize that person. And thank you to the entire AUC faculty, staff, and the AUC family for having both myself and my wife here for this wonderful occasion. It's amazing. This is the first time I've been able to come back for an AUC event. And, you know, as Dr. Walden Weaver mentioned, as much as possible, I always try to stay involved because I love this school so much and this island and everything it allowed me to do. I'm really appreciative and really grateful to be here with you guys today. So I think I have to start off first. Apologies to Dr. Pryluck. I almost ruined this whole event today because I almost ran him down in my car driving onto campus. So sorry about that, Dr. Pryluck. I'm really excited for you guys. I'm really excited. I'm a little jealous. I wish I was back where you were. It brings me back January 2011. All my hair was still black. And by the time I graduated, I was this silver fox that you see now. So, so today we're gathered here to celebrate a pivotal moment in your lives. The white coat ceremony. As you've donned these symbolic garments, you embark on a journey filled with immense responsibility, compassion, and dedication. This moment signifies your commitment to the profession of medicine and our shared vision to serve and heal others. But let us not forget that medicine is not just a science. It's been said before by the speakers before me. It's an art that requires empathy, understanding, and a genuine connection with those we treat. Each white coat that you've all put on today carries the weight of countless struggles, stories, and triumphs that lie ahead. The white coat represents not only your knowledge and expertise, but also your commitment to the values that define our profession. First and foremost, you must cultivate empathy. Behind every medical condition lies a human being, vulnerable and seeking solace in our expertise. Let us always remember the power of a compassionate touch, a kind word, or a listening ear. It is often these intangible gestures that provide solace, hope, and healing to those in need. Secondly, you must remain humble. Medicine is a lifelong journey of learning. With each patient encounter, you'll witness the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit and the vastness of the unknown. Embracing humility allows you to acknowledge your limitations, seek guidance when needed, and continuously expand your knowledge to provide the best possible care. Moreover, as physicians, you are entrusted with a sacred duty, the duty to advocate for your patients. You must be their voice in a complex healthcare system, ensuring that they receive the care that they deserve. You must champion the principles of justice and equality, advocating for healthcare access for all, irrespective of their socioeconomic background or cultural heritage. In this pursuit of excellence, you must also prioritize self-care. That's a big one. Your relentless dedication to the well-being of others should not come at the expense of your own. As you navigate the demanding nature of medical training, do not forget the importance of maintaining your own physical, mental, and emotional health. By prioritizing self-care, you not only ensure your own well-being, but also strengthen your ability to care for others. And lastly, and probably most importantly, always remember the significance of collaboration and teamwork. And this is really where being here at AUC is going to be the biggest blessing that you didn't even know you had. Medicine is a collective effort, and no one person can possess all the answers. By fostering an environment of mutual respect, open communication, and collaboration, we can optimize patient outcomes and drive positive change in healthcare. I've studied and worked, as a student, worked as a resident attending at enough academic institutions now where I can say that the community atmosphere that's cultivated here at AUC is absolutely unrivaled. As you embark on this journey, let your white coats remind you of the privilege and the responsibility bestowed upon you. Wear them not only with pride, but with a deep sense of purpose. Together, you can shape the future of medicine, elevate healthcare standards, and touch countless lives with your compassion and expertise. If I can leave you with some final advice, these next few years are going to be some of the most challenging that you'll face. And your fellow classmates are going to be pivotal in helping you get through these years. Help them when you're in a position to do so, and lean on them when you find yourself in need of support. I can tell you, I would not be here, standing here today, talking to all of you if it was not for the support of my fellow classmates that I had when I was at AUC some 12 years ago. I think Dr. Prylick had mentioned he thought maybe 2 of you would get married. I think we had about 3 or 4 weddings in our class. So, so the closeness is definitely going to be there. Celebrate all the little victories. Every block exam you pass, every semester you complete, this ceremony today, think back to those little victories, because that's what's going to help you get through the tough times and the days where you may question if you're in the right place or if you're in the right profession. So, I really just want to say, may your journey as physicians be filled with purpose, compassion, and boundless success. And I hope that by the end of your time here at AUC, this place will mean as much to you as it does to me. And I want to be one of the first people to welcome you to the profession. Congratulations.
That was an awesome message. Please give another round of applause to our guest speaker, Dr. Shukla. So our closing remarks are going to be provided by Dr. Cecil Cohn. Dr. Cohn completed his Bachelor of Science and MD at Howard University. He served an internship in transitional surgery at Howard University Hospital and then did 2 general surgery residency at New Rochelle Hospital Medical Center in New York. He returned to Howard University Hospital and completed a 4-year residency in pathology. He did a fellowship in surgical pathology at UAB in Birmingham, Alabama. He was faculty in the Department of Pathology at Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee, where he taught for over 20 years. He also received numerous awards during that 20-year period. He came to AUC in 2015, where he has also received numerous accolades and held various positions. Currently, he is an Assistant Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and he is Professor and Emeritus Chair of Pathology. In his spare time, he is active in the community. His wife, Cherie, is an RN, and she manages the AUC Anatomy Lab. He also has 3 children. Please welcome Dr. Cohn to the stage.
Good evening. In closing, I'd like to make 2 points. The first is about diversity. We're coming to the end of the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, where this culture is celebrated the accomplishments in the United States in this month. It actually is celebrated during this month for a couple of reasons. One, in May of 1843, the first Japanese immigrant came to the US. In May of 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad was being built by Chinese workers. And in May of 2009, President Obama declared this month for the actual celebration. In terms of diversity, it's very important that as a student, in your clinical rotations, as an intern, as a resident, and even in your practice, you will meet and treat people from different backgrounds. So of course, getting to know them and their culture will help you in their patient outcome. Now, students, look around and look at your classmates. Everybody just kind of look around to the left and to the right, back and forth. You will see your classmates are of different backgrounds. So what a great way to learn about your patients through your classmates in your learning communities, in your small groups, and even in your social groups. So you can do that and again, have better outcome with your patients. The second point is to the parents and family members. Now, I'm a parent and I understand your pain, right? Your child, your loved one, your baby is literally thousands of miles away on this tiny little island, right? Are they going to be okay? Trust me, we got them. God is good. I've been here 8 years. I don't think we've lost a student yet, have we? We know where they all are. So I can mention this so you don't have to buy a special drone to follow them wherever they go. You don't have to put a chip in their neck to know where they are because they're in good hands with us because we love them too. So with your love and support, with the support of faculty, staff, administration, we will all work together to make these students the best physicians that they can be. So thank you. Thank you for coming out for this glorious celebration and have a good rest of the evening. Thank you.
So that brings us to the conclusion of the white coat ceremony. One more large round of applause for our future physicians. Students, I'm going to ask you to remain in this room for a group picture. Guests, please enjoy some refreshments in the back while you wait for your student to join you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, my first semesters. Can you guys hear me? Guys,